Kia ora e te whānau. My name is Sasha Lockley and today I'm going to talk to you about debt and lending. Sounds super exciting, I know. This comes off the back of a conversation on the Manaaki platform around small business lending and the mystery behind the financial system. So the first thing I want to lift the lid on is how lenders see you and see your business. So let's say you've decided you need to get a loan for your business. It could be to buy some equipment or some stock for your shop. And you fill in the pages of application data, hoping that you get a yes. Well, when it goes off into the machine of a loan application, what does the bank or the finance company look at? Well, they first grab your credit file, and that basically says how risky you are or not. Everybody's got a score. You've got a personal credit file and a business credit file. If you Google Find My Credit File, you can grab them for free, and I really recommend that you do that. In your credit file, it will show things like how reliable you've been on paying your debts, how many bank accounts you've got, whether you pay your phone bill. So the lender has lots of information about you to see how reliable you are. What that means is they'll then use that information for a yes or a no. The second thing is that they might give you a yes, but decide that you're pretty risky, so then they increase the price, so your debt costs you more. So when you think about applying for a loan, what I'd really recommend is thinking about your brand before you apply. Have you been paying your bills on time? Have you missed any payments? Have you been really upfront if you've been having problems with your finances? Because those are things that the lender is going to look at. The next thing is that the lender will look at whether you can afford to repay the loan. And that makes sense, really. If we're going to borrow money, we want to make sure that we can repay. There's been a lot of press lately around the changes to some legislation, including some really emotional stories of people that have applied for loans and been declined, or people that were told to withhold personal circumstances like being pregnant. The ideas behind those changes was really positive. The intent was that people don't borrow and can't afford to repay, because that's really harmful for people. But the reality is we have needs that we need to sometimes borrow for. So making sure that you can afford it. How do they do that? Well, they're likely to look at your bank accounts. What's your income and what's your expenses? Now, that's really important to think about when you've got a small business. So the next point is that if you've got a business and you're a human, most of us are, you need to think about keeping your finances separate. Because if a lender is looking at a loan application from you or from your business, they're going to need to understand what the income is and what the expense is. If it's like a complicated ball of wool, it makes it really hard to make a decision, and they're more likely to say no. So think about how you set up your business, your finances, and your bank accounts to keep it nice and separate. So what you need to do is treat your financial brand just like your personal brand or your business brand. You want to make sure that you're really happy with how you're showing up when people are making decisions. So if you're planning to take a loan in, say, 3 months, because that's really how long lenders would look at your bank statements, really behave yourself. Really pay your bills on time, be completely angelic, and set yourself up for success and set yourself up for getting a yes from those lenders. One of the things that people don't know is that each lender has a different appetite for saying yes or no. It's a risk appetite. And that means that if you put in multiple applications, you might get a yes from some places and a no from others. Banks tend to lend to people that have a perfect credit history. So little angel on the top of your head means that you've always paid your bills on time, applied for a bit of credit, so you've got a bit of credit history. They can see that you're going to be able to repay things, and then some kind of demographic data around your age, because what the system believes is that you're a lower risk if you're a bit older.